Hey guys, what's going on? Thank you so much for joining me again. Sorry for not posting a video for such a long time. I actually was tortured. Well, I had my wisdom teeth removed and I looked like a hamster hoarding for the winter, so no video making like that. But a fair amount of new subscribers came to this channel, and so I want to thank you all so much, and I will try to post a new video every week from now on. Stay tuned for that, and now have fun with the video. Warning, mild spoilers ahead. Have you ever been wondering who the good-looking gentleman in my channel banner is? No? Well, I'm gonna tell you anyway. So in case you've never heard of Archer, which means that you've really missed out on something, Archer is an animated sitcom created by Adam Reed that airs on FX. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about American TV channels, but why are their names always that uninspired? I mean, CBS, ABC, couldn't you come up with something better? I think I'm gonna start my own channel network next too and call it INEPT Networks. That's bound to be successful, right? Well, Archer's 8th season is about to start, and so I thought I would take this chance to share my thoughts on it. I think it has some unique qualities that you might find interesting, so stick around. And you can tell me in the comments if you're excited as I am. Woo! Archer revolves around, you guessed it, a man with the name Sterling Archer. He's a secret agent who works for the International Secret Intelligence Service, run by his mother. Yeah, that was before that whole, war. Fun fact. Archer's appearance was actually designed after an electrician who lived nearby when the show was launched. Lucky for us that they didn't take the ugly janitor, huh? Archer is a dick most of the time. He's highly misogynistic, completely unreliable, and overall the ultimate enemy of every social justice warrior.
Lana, your eyes are amazing.
Archer.
I mean, not compared to your tits, but...
But he's really handsome, which is probably why I can relate to him so much. However, the other characters include his mother, Mallory, who's his boss and also an alcoholic and very egotistical. Lana Kane is an agent as well and actually a sane person. She has sex with him occasionally. Well, actually, they all pretty much screw each other over the course of the seasons. But hey, I'm not judging. There are some other minor characters, but they are just Archer's colleagues and not that important for now. The structure of an episode is actually kind of typical for a sitcom. The same fixed characters appear in every episode, and every episode has the same premise. And also, it's pretty funny too.
A freaking hobbit works here?
No, he's just
Lana, they're called little people, not hobbits.
I mean, the humor isn't for everyone, I understand that. But the point here is how Archer differs from the usual sitcom. During seasons 1 to 4, the setting doesn't change too much. There are some pretty big events, for example how Archer tries to find out who his father is, but I would describe it like this. Archer never leaves the comfort zone of the viewer, because it's like that. Over time, the audience will get used to a certain range of events. But Archer purposefully leaves this and goes new ways in the subsequent seasons. In season 5, ISIS is dissolved and the show takes a pretty big turn. The characters stay together and become a drug cartel, selling cocaine.
So what, we form a cartel?
Well, how hard could it be? I mean,
Don't.
if Mexicans can do it.
The entire premise, namely that the characters fight for the good, is completely turned around. Sure, they weren't exactly angels before too, rather brutal, killing and often barely legally acting. But still, in my opinion, it's a pretty big deal to turn a spy sitcom into a heist show all of a sudden. But what really sets this twist apart from other shows is that in the first episode of the 5th season, the entire plot of the remaining episodes is foreshadowed.
$50 million, Lana. We sell this and we're out. I promise.
Dr. Krieger has devised a way to transport the cocaine undetected.
You're probably gonna want to try to minimize the sweating.
We're gonna go ahead and take the cocaine and the money.
What do you mean, counterfeit?
The Yakuza?
Amphetamine!
Well, Pam screwed the Yakuza out of $1 million of amphetamine, so now they're gonna cut her head off.
Baby, please don't go.
Get down!
Baby, please don't go.
Yeah, this is actually a little harder than I thought.
After that, even the title is changed to Archer Vice for that season. But why does it work so well? If you compare it to other major plot twists in TV shows, you'll find out one crucial thing. While the environment might change, the characters stay the same. Sure, they all develop more or less over the course of the seasons, but we don't lose any of them. When the lead character Charlie Sheen is replaced with another character in season 8 of 2.5 Men, a lot of viewers didn't receive that too well. That's because the twist was basically the opposite of Archer. The environment stayed the same, but the most important and beloved character left the show. Imagine that the show would have drastically changed, but the other way around. Instead of replacing a character, the environment was changed. If Charlie Sheen was suddenly broke and had to move out or something, I think 2.5 Men would still have been widely approved. It would have been rather exciting and not a bummer. Nobody would have accused the producers of being greedy because they wanted to produce more seasons, but rather they would have been praised for their boldness and creativity, if of course they would have executed that well. So after season 5, Archer basically returns to its roots and ISIS is recreated for season 6. But it's not long until more alterations are made. For season 7 they move to LA to launch a private detective agency called the Figures Agency. But in the upcoming 8th season, an unprecedented alteration will be made. The whole season will take place in the 1940s, which is made possible because it happens in Sterling Archer's head, who is in a coma. Hence the title, Archer Dreamland. If you boil this down to its essence, you can make a point about the most important ingredient of good writing: the characters. Even though you know about the events in season 5 that are going to follow, it's still a great season and very entertaining. It's like this: if you have a good foundation consisting of well-written, elaborate characters with a good chemistry, you can do a lot with them. More than most producers are willing to do. But if you alter the known characters of a show or even replace them, you won't be too successful with that. I'm looking at you, South Park. I won't keep on watching your show if Cartman gets bullied instead of the other way around. That's just Looking Glass world. If you take a look at the list of the episodes of Archer, one thing will stand out. Each and every single episode is written by Adam Reed, the creator of the show, or at least in part. No other TV show I know is written by just one person, especially not in the comedy genre. But this kind of creative control is what makes a serial believable and ensures consistent quality. Due to that, there aren't as many episodes per season as most sitcoms have, only 8 to 10 compared to 20 or something in other sitcoms. But in my opinion, this should always be preferred over many different writers and twice or even thrice the amount of episodes. I think this is a good example why capitalism doesn't always lead to the best product possible. Ralph Seppi from Ralph the Movie Maker talked about this in his Transformers Age of Extinction review.
Was painful. This isn't just a bad movie. I don't just talk about bad movies, because there are plenty of bad movies out there. Sometimes the movies are just incompetent, but sometimes there is a conspiracy. I don't review bad movies, I review products that pretend to be movies. Spider-Man 2 isn't a movie. This isn't a movie. This is a special effects reel that's made for China.
The prospective market of a movie heavily affects the writing. The second half of the movie is set in China for no reason other than appealing to the Chinese audience, to generate even more money. And this is no singular instance. If you keep this in mind, Archer is a pleasant exception from this. The fact is this: if it works, music as well as games, but especially movies and TV shows, are made with the sole purpose of shitting out as much money as possible, the creative aspect gets lost more and more, and often this ends up with a loss of quality. In conclusion, I think the fact that Archer won 2 Emmys, one of them for Outstanding Animated Program, is a good sign. Even though I would have thought that Archer's humor is suitable for a rather small audience and not the mainstream people. But whatever. Let's just hope that there will always be people who value quality over money. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you like this one. I mean, it's not focused on YouTube drama. That's not the purpose of this channel. I don't want to be one of those, you know, roasting channels. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and see you next time.